Tonight on Cronkite News, a closer look at the U.S. military's use of lasers along the Mexican border.
Plus, firefighters put themselves in harm's way just about every day, but there are new efforts aimed at protecting them from other dangers.
And a new addition to the Cardinals' offensive line coaching staff. The head coach tells us about the sought-after acquisition. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Eric Matsumoto.
And I'm Raina Majalay. Thank you for joining us.
We begin with new questions after the temporary no-fly shutdown in El Paso. Last week, federal officials announced a shutdown of airspace over the city. It turned out Border Patrol was testing a military laser for shooting down drones. The airport reopened in just 8 hours, but spotlights a growing security issue. Here to talk about this is George Headley from the Washington, D.C. Bureau. George, how often do drones cross the border?
About more than 34,000 drones were detected near the U.S.-Mexico border last year. Though that counts drones on the U.S. side, federal authorities don't report how often they actually cross the border. However, in Yuma County, the sheriff says they see about 3 to 4 drone incursions per week.
And what do cartels use these drones for?
Now, not all of these drones along the border are from the cartels, but when we do see them along the border, cartels use drones for surveillance, such as mapping out Border Patrol or local law enforcement routes, as well as delivering payloads. In Mexico itself, cartels have actually used drones for years to attack rival cartels and sometimes law enforcement. Violent drone attacks in Mexico have actually increased dramatically in the past 6 years.
And how do cartels learn to use this equipment?
So far from what we know, there was reporting last summer about drug cartels sending personnel to Ukraine, supposedly to help with the war effort, but actually to learn how to use drones in a war zone. The first apparent sighting of a first-person view drone, which is often used in the Ukraine-Russia conflict, was last May in Mexico.
And what's being done to counteract these drones at the border?
Border Patrol does have counter-drone capabilities, such as what we saw with the anti-laser drone last week, but there are other tactics, such as jamming GPS and radio frequencies. Congress has stepped up funding for anti-drone efforts, but relatively little of that is getting to local law enforcement. We talked to the Yuma County Sheriff, for instance. His department just doesn't have the training or equipment to do much about drones. Congress did direct federal agencies to give law enforcement the training and equipment to handle drones, but it's too early to tell if the border police will see the support anytime soon as federal agencies prepare the program.
Thank you. That was George Headley from our Washington, D.C. Bureau.
Arizona's federal immigration enforcement presence might make its way to the polls. The GOP is backing a new measure that would require ICE presence at polling places for the 2026 general election. State Senator Jake Hoffman proposed the bill. It would mandate that county recorders and the county board of supervisors arrange that ICE agents show up to voting locations. Though the bill prohibits county officials and ICE agents from questioning, detaining, or arresting a voter simply to determine their eligibility, Republicans say that the proposal is to make sure election laws are, quote, consistently enforced.
The city of Gilbert has now approved a 25% water bill hike. This decision comes amidst outrage from the community. Starting in April, the water bill spike will go into effect. On average, the current total utility bill for a Gilbert homeowner is about $161. After April, it will be $177. The hope is that this will help Gilbert deal with aging infrastructure and cost escalations. For months, residents have asked the town to pause its proposed rate increase, though the bill passed with a 4-3 vote.
Firefighters put themselves in harm's way every day, and cancer is one of the biggest risks they face. A House new bill that passed creates a cancer registry for firefighters. Cronkite News reporter Ashley Arose tells us more about those efforts.
Firefighters are exposed to hazardous chemicals every time they step into a burning building.
They're hydrocarbons, they're glues, they're laminates, they're no longer natural fibers that we're using.
Studies show that firefighters have a 9% higher risk of developing cancer and a 14% higher risk of dying from cancer compared to the general public. Captain Weller says the fire department is like a big family for him.
Anytime any of our members are sick or ill, we take it very personally. When we have a loss, we take it even more personally.
Local organizations have launched a campaign to help prevent cancer using this decontamination device called the Storm Stick.
This will go towards a great cause, like cancer prevention, because we know that this is a big issue, especially amongst firefighters.
5 firefighters from the Scottsdale Fire Department are fighting cancer. This new device called Storm Stick will help firefighters wash off their uniforms after leaving burning buildings.
The Storm Stick can attach to a fire truck or hydrant. In pairs, firefighters will wash their bodies off with water and soap, removing any dangerous chemicals. The key is to remove these toxins immediately. The Storm Stick allows them to save time and lives.
It's quick, being able to do it immediately after a fire, being able to wash that off and have something where it allows them not to be able to have to go back to the station, go back to their house with that carcinogen exposure on there.
Their goal is to put a Storm Stick on every fire truck in the state of Arizona. In Scottsdale, Ashley Oros, Cronkite News.
About 150 fire trucks have already been equipped with the prevention device. Arizona firefighters need an additional 350 to ensure protection.
Coming up next, a look at the news headlines from across the nation, including several severe weather alerts.
The West Coast, the Plains, and the Southwest all expect to be affected. Massive snowfall in the mountains, extreme wind warnings, and wildfire evacuations. We will tell you what to expect here at home on Cronkite News.
And are you missing out on free tickets to spring training? Stay with us, as I'll have you guys covered on who's eligible and how to receive them in about 10 minutes.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome back. Severe weather has slammed the West Coast and Great Plains,
causing massive pileups on interstates, extreme wind conditions, and an avalanche in California.
In Colorado, more than 30 vehicles were involved in a weather-related car wreck. Wind gusts up to 61 miles per hour caused brownout conditions, leading to no visibility on the roads. Strong winds wreaked havoc in the plains as well, starting multiple fires across the region. In Kansas, the fire conditions forced an evacuation for more than 11,000 people. More winter weather is expected for the coast, including in California. In the Sierra Nevada mountains, 8 skiers were found dead after an immense amount of snowfall caused an avalanche.
Currently, search and rescue teams are looking for one skier. The skiers were on a 3-day backcountry trip when the unexpected storm moved in. Yesterday, snow was falling 2 to 4 inches an hour. As the wind picked up, the visibility went down to near zero. The group was composed of 4 ski guides and a dozen clients. Nevada County authorities say at least 6 people survived. and these severe weather conditions are expected to continue throughout the week.
And all that weather is headed our way. In fact, it's already started to snow up north. As you can see, this is Highway 180, just north of Flagstaff.
The cold front is also bringing snow into our state. Bentley Yank joins us from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast.
That's right, guys. We're going to take a look at what California's storms brings over for our state. Let's take a look. Now through 11 p.m. tonight, Jacob Lake is going to have 8 to 12 inches of snow. Williams and Flagstaff to follow at 6 to 8 inches, and in Hebrew Overgard, that's a little under an inch. So definitely some skiing and sledding weather up there, but that's what we're looking at tonight. Now we're going to take a look at our evening planner. So starting at 6 p.m., 78 degrees, and then we're going down at 10 p.m. to 66 degrees. Now for our low temperatures, let's take a look. Up north, obviously, we know the snowfall up there till 11 p.m. tonight. Over in Phoenix, 50 degrees with Yuma matching it at 50, and down in Tombstone at 35. Now let's take a look at our high temperatures, but they're also looking pretty low still. 64 degrees in Phoenix, 68 in Yuma, and looking down at Tombstone again at 59 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 8-day forecast. Tomorrow you can expect to feel 67 degrees with sun and then down to 54. And as we take a look at the rest of our week, we're going to be a bit below average. Starting all the way from tomorrow to Monday, then we creep back up on Tuesday at 51 for the low. Then let's take a look at next Thursday. 86 is the high and 61 as the low, so that's definitely above average. For the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Bentley Yank. Back to you.
She was a vulnerable kid with ADHD and had some anxiety and depression. And this product that she got addicted to put her in a downward spiral.
That's Juliana Arnold, a mother who blames Instagram for her daughter's death. Her and other families of victims gathered in court today.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg also appeared in court to testify in a trial that questions if Meta platforms are harmful to children.
The lawsuit was filed by an anonymous California woman who alleges that Meta, along with other tech companies, target young users, contributing to increased suicidal thoughts, anxiety, and depression. Zuckerberg was questioned on how Meta tries to prevent children 13 and under from using it. He also denied having any relation to a PowerPoint describing efforts to target younger, eager users.
A new report shows the number of abortion clinics in the U.S. declined last year. According to the Guttmacher Institute, at the end of last year, 753 brick-and-mortar abortion clinics were opened across the U.S. That's down 12 from 2024. Some of the closures happened in states where abortion is legal and protected. Planned Parenthood says that's because reimbursement rates from insurance providers have stagnated, even though inflation keeps going up.
The continued partial government shutdown has forced FEMA to halt all travel of their employees. Employees can continue to work, but no new workers can help, and deployed employees can't return home until their projects are complete. 300 workers set to go out have been told to step down. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is not funded by the budget stalled by Congress. Coming up next, over 10,000 runners recently took to the streets of Mesa.
That's right. The Mesa Marathon attracted thousands of people, with some athletes trying to set personal records and others just looking for a good time.
There's some great people in this world, and when we come to these, it's just like I get really jazzed up. And I think running changes everybody's life for the better. It's inspirational.
More of the fun and festivities coming up on Cronkite News.
You meet so many new people who are on different communities, and when you do that, you're able to network not only, but also get to engage, talk to people, and make life friends.
I think that definitely surprised me, the community that I would find, because I wasn't really expecting it.
Freedom.
Friendly. Nice. I'd say cozy.
Cronkite can be creative.
Welcome into the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Justin Lacertosa. Thank you for joining us. The Arizona Cardinals are bringing a whole new cast of characters on their coaching staff after a disappointing 3-14 season, the newest of which being their new offensive coordinator, the longtime NFL coach Nathaniel Hackett. Hackett comes to Arizona after serving as a defensive analyst for the Green Bay Packers last season and has worked in the NFL for nearly 20 years. His father, Paul Hackett, is a distinguished NFL coach who helped the 49ers to a Super Bowl as an assistant in 1984.
I have all of his old tape. He had to take some, 16 millimeters and stuff like that and digitize them. But to just be able to see those things and talk with him about the evaluation, have him evaluate people for me, just to see how he sees it, it's always helping me grow.
You guys believe one thing from this press conference. It is literally, I wanted him and nobody else, and he's here.
LaFleur defended his new hire, which many perceived as controversial, as Hackett was fired midseason in his only year as a head coach with the Denver Broncos and was stripped of his play-calling duties as the New York Jets offensive coordinator. LaFleur is expected to take on the play-calling duties for the Cards. In the East Valley, the Mesa Marathon hosted more than 11,000 runners over the weekend, with races ranging from a full marathon and a half marathon to a 10K and a kids 1K. Our London Christensen reports why, for many runners, it's about more than just the finish line.
Known for its fast, downhill course, the Mesa Marathon is a popular destination for runners hoping to set a personal record. But for many, crossing the finish line was about far more than speed or time.
There's some great people in this world, and when we come to these, it's just like I get really jazzed up. And I think running changes everybody's life for the better. It's inspirational.
Running is a sport that welcomes many groups of people. This year, the Mesa Marathon brought in participants from all 50 states, even some from outside the country, all representing different ages, backgrounds, and walks of life.
I'm Olive, and I'm 9 years old.
I'm 18.
I'm 45.
My age is 65 years old.
Running can provide people with support, a sense of community, and mental fortitude.
Yes, the physical aspects are there, but mentally to keep me going, especially in this day and age, it gives me peace of mind. It's all about the community that running creates. That's what really keeps me coming back for more.
For others, life lessons and running are closely intertwined.
Running teaches you about life. Like when you got a plan in your head of how it's going to go, and then something else happens, and that's the same thing with life.
Some view the race as an opportunity to step out of their comfort zone.
I feel like you can make all the money in the world, but if you don't actually do things that challenge yourself outside of financials, then you're holding yourself back in a lot of different ways.
Whether it's a family bond, a run club, or a single runner chasing health and happiness, there's a place for everyone in the running world. In Mesa, London Christensen, Cronkite News.
The race remains a top destination in the running world, with all 4 of its race distances completely selling out this year. Spring training for the Arizona Diamondbacks may be in full swing, but some players are getting their reps away from the team. The World Baseball Classic is pulling 3 out of the 4 D-backs infielders for the WBC starting in March. Shortstop Geraldo Perdomo will appear in his first World Baseball Classic representing the Dominican Republic, alongside his teammate Ketel Marte making his second appearance for the DR. Third baseman Nolan Arenado will make his debut for Puerto Rico, this change coming after he played for Team USA in 2017 and 2023. All 3 players have the support of manager Torey Lovullo, who says the WBC helps the D-backs ramp up the intensity and bring energy back to the team.
I believe in time spent on the field, and if you're going to remove 3 of our 4 infielders and put them on the same team, that's very pleasing. And I know that Nolan Arenado is going to be going to play for Team Puerto Rico. I just love the fact that they're all going. They're going to be playing really, really high-level baseball and come back and pick up where they have left off from the WBC.
After the injury to Corbin Carroll, Red Sox outfielder Roman Anthony will sub in for Carroll on Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. With ticket prices for live events getting higher and higher lately, you've got to take advantage of a great deal when you find one. Thankfully, our Tyler Wargo is here to tell us all about the annual Cactus League deal starting up once again. Tyler, give us the details on these spring training tickets for fans looking to get in on the action.
If you're a high school senior, the Cactus League has a great deal for you. One ticket, one condition, filling out your free financial aid student application, otherwise known as FAFSA.
For the 4th consecutive year, the Cactus League is offering free tickets to high school seniors who live in Arizona. This offer is granted to those who have filled out their FAFSA forms. Andrea Reed, a college and career coordinator at Horizon High School, discusses how she shares this special offer to students and parents.
We share it through school links. We also send it through our new platform, Parent Square, and I also send a weekly email, as well as the principal sends a bi-monthly email. So we share it a lot of different ways.
According to studentaid.gov, completing and submitting FAFSA forms for free gives access to financial aid. azregents.edu states that as of January 12th of 2026, about 30% of Arizona public high school seniors have filled out the form, including Solvi Kerr, a student at Horizon High School.
I heard about it through Miss Reed, my college and career coordinator. She told me about it when we came into her office and we worked on it together. And then I just told my friends about it, my family, and hopefully they'll apply for it too.
Students will have until March 10th to fill out their FAFSA forms. And if filled out early, they'll have a chance to go to one game of their choice, including opening day, which will be on February 20th.
If I could go to any ballpark, it would definitely be Sloan Park, because the Cubs play there, and I can't wait for their opener.
Overall, if you're a student and confirmed your 2026-2027 FAFSA forms, then you can claim your tickets on the MLB Ballpark app using the same email address provided in your FAFSA submission form. Seniors who want to learn more about completing their FAFSA forms can go online to collegereadyaz.com to learn more. For now, in Phoenix, Tyler Wargo, Cronkite News.
Well, thank you, Tyler. Definitely some great bang for your buck on those tickets. But let's shift gears to the Olympics. This U.S. skier winning gold for the first time in over a decade. That's right, Michaela Schifrin dominated the women's slalom at the Winter Games to claim first place in the highly technical event. It's a moment of redemption for the celebrated athlete who last took home the gold 12 years ago. Despite being widely considered the best slalom racer in history, Schifrin hadn't made it to the podium since that 2014 day in Russia. She was just 18 years old at the time, but Schifrin's win in Italy also sets a new record. The 12-year gap between her two medals is the longest ever for a Winter Olympian. That's going to do it for tonight's Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Justin Lassertosa. Thank you guys for joining us. Now back to Eric and Raina at the desk.
Thanks, Justin. Coming up next, persistence really does pay off.
Or in one man's case, it pays out. Find out about the man's change in luck when we come back after the break.
You meet so many new people who are on different communities, and when you do that, you're able to network not only, but also get to engage, talk to people, and make life friends.
I think that definitely surprised me, the community that I would find, because I wasn't really expecting it.
Freedom.
Friendly. Nice. I'd say cozy.
This is where Cronkite can be creative.
Today is Ash Wednesday, with many celebrating across the world.
Many also celebrate Fat Tuesday, and thousands turned out in New Orleans yesterday to do just that.
The phrase Fat Tuesday represents the last day of indulgence before the fasting of Lent. Fat Tuesday is the high note of the weeks-long carnival season, full of excess. As you can see, many were doing just that. It can take a while for persistence to pay off, but how about 22 years?
That's how long it took one Ohio man's luck to change. He played the same 6 numbers in the state lotto every week. The Akron man even had friends buy the tickets for him when he went out of town. Earlier this month, it all paid off. He hit the jackpot, a $3.5 million jackpot to be exact. Upon seeing the winning numbers, he says he yelled to his wife, "We're gonna get a really big pool."
That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Eric Matsumoto.
And I'm Reina Maggiore. Thank you for joining us.
And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.